Are you there? I think you are, right? Hi, is it fine? The settings? Hi. Is my one second, I'm going to increase this. Am I now audible clearly? So the angle when it starts, I'm going to put it down this way so that the artwork is visible. And yeah, Nidhi, FB, I've logged in onto the account as well. Does the apron on top work? Yeah, I think that will work. Yeah, I have no problem. I like See, I don't know where I have to hunt other stuff, so this is easier. I can just put this on. Hi. Have you guys got your materials ready? We should be going live and starting in a few minutes. You all can get your materials together. Hi, is everybody here with all the materials we need for today? We're going to be doing three activities. So we hope you come with your materials. Which of the activities are you all most excited for out of the three today? We're going to be starting in another 5 to 6 minutes. So go grab everybody in your house right now who could do with some fun time. Get your mom, dad, kids, everybody together. It's definitely going to be fun for all 8 groups. Hi, Abha. Hey, Team Pathshala. Are you all sitting with all the materials for today? We're going to be doing three forms of art. We're going to be doing some mosaic paper art. We're also going to be doing some very fun paper marbling with shaving foam. So if that's not, something you've got, get that material too. And we're going to be doing some dot painting. How many of you guys have tried out or the material? So I will, okay, Pooja, I'm going to give you a complete set of details on the materials required. So for, sorry, I'm just looking at two screens. Yeah, so the set of materials, I will give you it in detail. I was just trying to brief. So for the first one, that is for paper mosaic art, you're going to need a blank sheet on which we're going to make it. And then you're going to need some colored sheets of paper. If you do not have colored sheets of paper, then feel free to grab some newspapers, sheets of paper, then that's great. You can just bring those colored sheets of paper. You're going to need scissors and you're going to need some glue. So this is everything that you're going to need for the first, which is the mosaic art that we're going to be doing. Some shaving foam, container, any small container will do. And you're going to need some colors. So it can either be watercolors that you dilute later with water, or you can just get some poster paints or again acrylic paint. So these are the different paint mediums that you can get, and this is everything that you're going to be needing for the second thing that we're going to be doing today, which is paper marbling. And the final one that we're going to be doing is some dot painting. So again, you need a blank sheet of paper for it, and you can get any tool that can be used to create the dot effect. So you can get paint brushes of just different sizes at the back so that you can use them to create dots. Or if you have earbuds at home, you can even use the earbuds. They work fantastic. So you can get earbuds, and then we're going to be using either poster paints or acrylic paints that you can use to do the design. So I have, broken it down into the materials we need for different activities that we're going to be doing today. If anybody doesn't have any of the materials, you can just quickly put it out here and I can see if we can, have a substitute for them, though for most of it I have suggested different substitutes that the only option for paper marbling then is if you had have at home. So if you had alcohol paints or if you have oil paints, you can directly put them on. But yeah. Hi Kashri, are you here with all your materials? Hi Ara. Please keep asking any questions that you have, and I'm going to so that it's a little more visible for you to take. So bring out this clean sheet of paper. The design we're going to be doing today is a sunflower in a backdrop. So to begin with, everybody just draw out your flower. You can use a pencil. I'm going to be using this black pen so that it's very nice and clear for all of you guys. These are the boundaries in which we're going to be creating our mosaic. Mosaic is also done with, and often traditionally that you would see, it is done with tiles, ceramic, glass, and you see it a lot in Muslim architecture as well. But it's difficult for us to have all these mediums right now. So we're just going to do a very basic one using paper. Hi Meena, I hope you're here with all your materials. And we've started with drawing out our sketch here. So that's what you're going to do, draw out your basic flower. And you can add some leaves at the bottom to your mosaic as well. That's it. To keep it simple for you to learn the technique, you can convert anything into a mosaic. It's basically just using smaller pieces to put together a larger picture. Now, as I said, for the mosaic, you will need colored sheets, your white sheets into colored sheets. And for turned a newspaper brown have and turn it into these colored sheets. So the colors that you're going to be needing, I'm going to be going ahead and tell you that. One is use for your flower, we're going to be using yellow. I mean, you can change these by the way, of course. Hi Janvi. So what we've started with is this flower that you're going to be drawing, and then you're going to move on to creating your colored sheets. Or if you have craft paper, then bring the craft papers. The flower that I'm going to be doing is going to be orange and yellow. I'm going to be using a little bit of brown for the center. I have green for the leaves, and the whole background is going to be blue. Hi Abha. So you don't have to use a thick sheet of paper. You can absolutely go ahead and use a regular thin paper, the kind that we use, in the printer paper, or even if you have just a basic drawing book, then you can do that. Hi, yes, Radhika, you will be able to see this later as well. So you can, there's any materials you don't have, you can also watch us right now and then come back to the video to recap on anything, that you might have missed. So this is absolutely going to be available to you. Once you've created your basic colors, next what you're going to be doing is cutting out these so that you can glue them on, right? Because mosaic is basically using small pieces to make your larger picture. Now when you're cutting them, you can go ahead and cut them all square, you can cut them all uniform, you can cut them abstract, you can even tear them into small pieces that you can use on your mosaic. So there is no method of one being right. Your entire picture can have symmetrical, same shaped squares, or your entire picture can just have all kinds of shapes happening. Yeah, so I'm quickly going to be cutting out some of my yellow and my orange to go ahead and show you guys how you can be doing this. Yeah, have all you guys got your colored sheets, or are any of you guys coloring out your sheets? If you're coloring your sheets, you all can just go ahead and create the colors that I mentioned. And meanwhile, I'm going to be cutting up some of these. Yeah, so this is how it is. You can literally go crisscross and not use to have the same shape. Yeah, so that's how you do it. I'm going to be taking some of my orange. If you'd like to have a different colored flower, please feel free to use different colors. Hi Kiran, so the colors that I have used on these sheets is acrylic, and I've used oil pastels on some other. So you can get these different acrylic paints or just the standard oil pastels. You don't have to do this if you already have colored craft paper. I don't have colored craft paper right now. So this is how I'm creating my own colored sheets. Yes, Nidhi, you can go ahead and use any colors. Please feel free to customize this to set of colors that you like. Yeah, so now I have cut down my sheets and I'm going to start gluing. Now I'm going to tell a little bit about how you can be doing this. When you are pasting these little pieces of yours, which are often tiles and are cut out pieces, you can either glue them all with a little space in between, right, in a mosaic, or you can also overlap them, or you can have them very close to each other and have no gap. All of these are different ways in which you can create a mosaic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show one over here, the first petal with white gaps, and then the second one where I'm not going to have white gaps. And when you're doing your mosaic, you can go ahead and do it the way you find appealing and would like to customize your piece of art. So I'm going to glue my bottom first, and I'm going to quickly now start putting my pieces. I'm going to be using the yellow and the orange on each petal to give like a shaded look. You can use three colors as well. So, you can, if you've got shades of colors, then you can go ahead and use two yellows or let's say two oranges. Even if you're using the same colors, you can just have shades so that it looks even more detailed. The smaller you make your pieces, the more intricate your work will look. So if you notice here, I have some gap as I'm sticking. So that is one way of doing it, wherein you have gap in your work. So I'm just going to make some of my pieces a little smaller. And that's how you do it. Hi Kavita, have you just joined us in? We're doing some mosaic work, so you will need some colored sheets of paper that you cut up and then create this awesome little flower pattern that we're doing. So this is how you do it if you have space. Now the second one that I'm going to be showing you guys is where I'm not going to have any space, right? So that will tell you all two different ways in which you all can be doing this. And here I'm going to be overlapping them a lot, basically. Everybody give me a thumbs up if your picture is coming along great and if you're understanding how to go across with this and having fun. There's still any member of your house that would like to join, bring them in. We're going to be doing two other activities. They can definitely join on those. Oops, that's an orange. If you have any broken crockery at home, you can also go ahead and do this with, broken crockery, using another piece of crockery as your substrate. So it needs to be something heavier than a paper on which you can create it, but the technique would remain the same, just you would use a different medium for gluing. And yeah, cool. Awesome. I see thumbs up. Everyone's going together well. That's awesome. Kiran, I hope you're catching up. I've slowed down. I'm just going to be completing. So that's the second petal. So if you see the difference, this one's spaced out and you can see the gaps, and here I have completely overlapped it. If you want to add more shading, like I said, choose 3 colors or 4 colors or just shades of the same color as well. So even if you're using just 2 types of oranges and 2 types of yellow, it'll have like this amazing graded color effect that you can add. Yeah. So that's how we're going to be doing it. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one of the leaves as well. It remains the same. I can cut out in different shapes, sizes. See, this one's got oil pastels. So I've used the medium that I had, and for the colors, since we're working with supplies we have, that's set. Certain portions you might want to cut out the piece so nicely. You can trim the paper so that it fits correctly if the shape is too big. And that's how you do your leaves. Now you can similarly have 2 shades of blue cut out and do your entire backdrop, and that's how you create a mosaic. So I'm going to show you guys what could be an outcome, and something like this, where you have these pieces in the background. This has a singular one for blue, but you can use 2 shades. Like I said, the more shades, the more beautiful it looks. What I've done here is I've actually used large pieces cut out, so you can also do this. Or the way I've shown over here, you can use smaller pieces and create shades in your leaves. Any queries, guys, as you're doing it? Yeah. So with this, I'm going to be doing my center, which is going to be all round. Yep. So I've shown you guys how to go ahead. I hope all of you have got a hang of how to do this. And once you all are done at the end of the session, can tag the Pampers India page. If you have any queries, do bring them on. And meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and show you what you guys do with the second activity for today. The second activity for today is going to be some paper marbling. What you're going to be needing is some shaving foam and a couple of different acrylic colors or poster paints with more shaving foam. And I've taken out some, just going to add a little more to the top. Paints, you would be able to do this on water as your surface. But with regular colors like poster paints or acrylics, it'll not work on another medium. You will need shaving foam. So you guys can watch this. It's great fun for those of you guys who don't have it. Get some shaving foam under the essential supplies and create this later. So I'm just going to choose, my colors are going to be these neons. And yeah, drop these colors first. Just drop a little bit of your colors this way onto the surface first. So these bubble papers are amazing if you want to make like some gifting cards. They look beautiful. Yes, that's my second color. And I'm going to be adding my third color. Now with a brush or a stick of any sorts is your time to play. So onto this, just create these different patterns over here. Yeah, see. I'm going to add some more color because my shaving foam has eaten up some of my color on the pattern. So I'm going to add a little bit more. That's what you guys have to do. However, create a pattern. Yeah. Use the stick like I showed. I'm going to show it a second time. Back of a brush or a stick. Create amazing patterns like this. See. And once you guys have done that, use a sheet of paper. Break it down to the size of your board. So I'm just going to tear a smaller sheet. And now is the fun part of this activity. You're going to see this amazing, amazing, amazing design turn out on this paper. So you can use a thick paper if you want to use it like a card, or you can just again use a regular printer paper or a drawing paper. And now press this over nicely. And once you've done that, pull it out. Yeah. And now use any sheet of paper, or if you have a cardboard like thick sheet, to wipe out this foam. Okay, and when I'm going to be wiping this out, you're going to be seeing Hi Nidhi, if you don't have shaving foam, then a substitute for it is difficult unless you have oil paint colors at home or if you have alcohol ink. These are two different types of paints. If you have these, you can use water as the base and you can put them onto water and they will float and you'll still be able to create this. But if you're using acrylic paints or if you're using poster paints or water paints, then apart from shaving foam, unfortunately, I'm not sure what's another substitute that will work. There's certain chemicals that you can use, but I'm not sure of them. So I'm going to just clean out, and that's how it's going to leave a print on my. Yeah. There you go. That's your awesome design. I have a little more to clean, but you can see the design showing up. Yeah, that's amazing way to create awesome prints. You can draw anything that you want as well, apart from abstract, onto, and when you're going to pull it out, you're going to get this amazing little design. So, yeah, you go, guys. Clean this up a little more. You can do this all day long. It's just so fun. And see, guys, that's the design that I had on my water, and that's what you can see. So you can create these really, really lovely prints with this paper marbling technique onto paper. How many of you guys had some shaving foam, have been able to try this out right now? Please go grab some shaving foam and try it out because it's just super fun. Hi Kiran, so the bowl had shaving foam, that's it. It just had shaving foam to which I added the colors. Once I add the colors, I can use a stick or the back of a brush and draw any designs around. Uh, and then, like we saw, you add the paper and you remove the shaving foam